Hey, Phantomaniacs! Welcome to the newest unboxing here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. Today we are taking a look at something that I really thought was cool, but I didn't think I would end up getting. That is the Hellfire variant of the Black Falcon from Super 7's original line of characters called The Worst. So what happened is Super 7 had a sale for their 20th anniversary, or no, 23rd anniversary, I guess. Anyway, they were doing 23% off and free shipping. So I broke down, after absolutely loving Robot Reaper here. You can check out the review here on the Needless Things YouTube channel. I decided that I needed these two. They offered these. You could buy them separately, but they were released as a pair of Fire and Ice, obviously, and these are translucent color variants of the Black Falcon and Robot Reaper figures. I'll be reviewing this one tomorrow or in the very near future. But today we are taking a look at Black Falcon because I did not get the regular Black Falcon figure because as much as I dig the character design, I've got the reaction figure, and you know, when you're getting into the prices for these figures, you just have to be more selective about what you get. But when they're coming in at 23% off with free shipping, then you go ahead and say, you know what? I want those translucent figures because it's right up my alley. Glow in the dark, translucent, vac metal, like all that kind of stuff, all that toy gimmickry. I love it. So these were right up my alley. Black Falcon. Abandon hope. Black Falcon, the undead warlord of doom, rides this way, inflicting immortal agony on all in his path. The frightful fiend feels no pain and knows no remorse, emerging from the fiery depths of hell and craving only the slow death rattle of his sworn enemy, everyone. Wandering aimlessly throughout the land, Black Falcon is cursed to live and lives to fight. He cannot be killed. He will never stop. Total destruction is his goal. Inevitable victory is in his grasp. In his wake lies the charred, barren remains of past cruel conquests. Ahead of him lies you. All right, I messed that up. It says remnants, not remains, but whatever. There are good guys, there are bad guys, then there are the worst. Great packaging. I love the die-cut window they've got on the front here, very reminiscent of like 90s comic books. And you've got the fire effect on here. Let's go ahead and open Black Falcon up and see what we are dealing with. I'm typically careful-ish with Super 7 figures, because I love Super 7. Ooh, that's a beautiful backdrop. Probably using that for my photography, for my thumbnail here. I'm typically a little more careful with Super 7 stuff than I am with other companies, just because, you know, everybody knows. But I'm going to be even more careful with this one because translucent plastic is scary. It just has a history of issues with durability, with breakage. So as I am exploring Black Falcon's joints, I will be taking extra care. Man, that sword is killer. The shield, the whole thing. This is a striking figure. And that's really what it comes down to. Is, you know, when they first announced these, and these were not pre-orders, these were in stock, available when they were announced, which I love. You know what I don't love is these little tabby things. So they were just a drop, which is great. Here we go. But as I was saying, I'm going to be very careful as I go through bending him and everything. But at the same time, if he's going to break, he's going to break. And I'll contact Super 7 and I'll get a replacement, and that'll be that. Gosh, it's awesome. I'm going to take the cape off, which looks like it has. This is an actual physical snap that they've used here as the cape clasp. I love this little necklace, too. So you can see it looks like it's just a nice like brooch looking thing, but it's a functional snap. And his cape has a wire armature around the edge, so you can pose that however you like. And then look at this great, all this detail, the torn bottom here. Excellent. I love Super 7. 100% knows what they're doing with soft goods. I really, really dig this. Now let's take a look at the figure. Do a little zoom in. And that portrait is fantastic. Great skull face. Made even greater. Look at the way they did the horns on the helmet there. The gradation up into the purest orange. And look at the paint. Well, I mean, the sculpted detail and the painted detail. That really nice, dark, what, bronze, I guess? The shoulders are a soft plastic, so they're not going to mess with your articulation. You're going to be able to move him around. So here we go. Speaking of articulation, let's get to it. Okay, that shoulder joint moved really nicely. Looks like there's a bicep swivel here. And then you've got a swivel at the bottom of the elbow. And you've got a pretty decent range. Not quite 90 degrees, but for one, I know a lot of people have issues with Super 7's articulation, but I love it. I am all for, with the types of things that they do, I am all for prioritizing aesthetics over super articulation. Everything's moving nicely. That hand, if you look, this is a flexible plastic. So this is not rigid. Same thing with this bird here. This crazy, why he has a flaming bird on his gauntlet, I don't know, and I don't care because it's awesome. So if you want to, you can kind of pose that out. You can give that a little turn like he's getting ready to launch that bird at somebody. Here is his, I believe that's specifically the worst necklace, which is actual chain links. Nicely done medallion there. Look at the breastplate and that deco on that. Just looks really, really cool. Turn that back around. Everything, all the spikes are spiky. If you look, you can see it's poking holes in my finger, which I appreciate. All right, everything's turning nicely. Man, I'm so happy with the way these joints are moving. Everything's great. You've got the sort of Batman-esque sword stoppers or whatever over on this side. The look of this armor is so cool because it's just like blackened. Maybe it's blackened steel. I don't know. I am not an armorologist, but it looks cool. And he's got a ball joint at the waist as opposed to just a cut joint. That woven sort of armor. I don't know what is this called? Tell me in the comments. I could have told you when I was in high school what this kind of armor is called. Some kind of mail, maybe. I don't know. But tell me in the comments, what is this? It looks cool. And then, again, those X's he's got on these weird sort of thigh guard things here. He's got the standard Super 7 articulation in there. And, again, everything is moving really nicely. Look at the knee pads. These fiery skulls. Oh, there it is. There's the joint. Oh, look. Oh, great. So the regular Black Falcon figure, this is all scale mail, but here it's just all flame. Man, he moves about as well as any Super 7 figure I've ever had. He's got the armored boots. Just phenomenal paintwork on this. I love the wear on the armor. Just I'm going with black and steel, but it's not though. It's got that bronzy color, but I don't know if that's supposed to be just the look of the fire. But whatever the case, he is killer. I'm stoked to have him. I'm probably going to put him on the shelf fighting the War Duke from NECA, another phenomenal Fantasy Knight figure. So there's, gosh, he just feels good. It's just a good figure. All right, so there is the figure. I'm going to stand him over here for right now and take a look at the accessories. We've got an alternate head. This is probably the one I'm going to display. Screaming skull with a slash going down the side, a broken horn. This is the more toyetic dynamic head. All right, let's go for it. Let's do it. All right. That necklace is driving me crazy a little bit. Oh, it's going to be hard to get this on because of his spiky helmet. Got it. Okay. That was anticlimactic. So yeah, that's the head that's got to go on the shelf. That's awesome. Okay. His shield, which is also translucent and has the sort of armor up into flame effect going on. Little concerned about that. That is terrifyingly thin. So if you get one of these, or if you get the other Black Falcon figure, I would recommend being really careful with this, because that just looks primed to snap right off. Although I'm noticing it is not part of this mold. If you see, this has been joined. So this is a separate piece. I almost would rather they have just, oh look, you can even see, look at the detail of where it's in universe connected. You can see the rivets and the plates holding that handle in place. I almost would have preferred it if they had kept this separate and made it a little plug-in piece so that it felt less likely that it would actually break off. Sword is also beautiful. Look at that gem. The way they've done that just looks great. And the horns kind of matching his helmet. Great piece. So obviously, I'm going to have him holding his sword. This is going to be tricky. Or not. Okay, cool. He comes with 2 C grips. No, he comes with 4 C grips. I bet he's got up, down, and side, side. Let's see. That's a side, side. That's a side, side. So those are the... Oh, wait. What? So he's got a larger C grip and a smaller C grip. That's a little confusing. And then he's got... Oh, whoa, interesting. He's got a bare skeleton hand and an armored hand. I bet that was more significant in the regular release of the figure than it is with this release. So, I don't know which hands I prefer. I think I'm just going to go with the armored hands, I think. I mean, it's not going to matter. Nobody's even going to notice that on the shelf. So there's that. I'm going to slide that in there. Holds the sword great. And then we'll pop that one off. And... oh, I've noticed on Super 7s... I don't know if it's always been like this, but there are 2 levels of peg in there. So you get a sort of a double snap when you put that in place. All right, here we go. Here's the scary part. Ugh. So don't push down on this. Make sure you're holding this here and pushing down when you're putting the shield in his hand. Oh, there you go, but it slides in nicely, so maybe not a problem. And when you turn it, just be careful turning it. But look at that. Let's put the cape back on, because I am going to keep the cape on him on the shelf, because it's not really covering up any of his more important features. So let's get that cape back on. Snapped up around his neck there. Gonna pull that down a little bit so it's not right up under his jaw. And there he is, the Hellfire Black Falcon. This is a killer figure. Very happy with my purchase. Very happy that Super 7 had the sale that they had, because as picky as I have gotten about I can't buy stuff just because it looks awesome, stuff that I'm not normally collecting, I'm really am at a point where I've gotten much pickier. So I'm glad that this, the price was right for this guy, and I'll be reviewing Robot Reaper very, very soon here. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, tell your friends about Needless Things, and until next time, keep an eye out for those sales and buy what you like.
Smash that like button if you like Needless Things.